Dimension of Chaos was released on November 6, 2015. This set radically shifted the metagame by introducing the brand new Magispector archetype as well as support for the Performage and Kozmo archetypes. Additionally, a new ban list went into effect on November 9, 2015. Apocalyphort Towers, El Shaddai Construct, Evil Swarm Exiton Knight, and Shuret, Strategist of the Necros, were banned from official tournament play. Graph, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss, Mathematician, Necros of Brionac, Necros of Unicorn, Clifford Scout, Ritual Beast, Ulti Kanahawk, El Shaddai Fusion, and Reinforcement of the Army were now limited to 1 copy each. Seer, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss was now semi-limited to 2 copies per deck. And finally, Chaos Sorcerer, Legendary 6 Samurai Shien, Spellbook of Fate, and Geargia Gear were now unlimited to 3 copies. In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well, I didn't think we'd be the first person to win a match with Infernoid in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, but here we are out of the shirt of shame for a second week in a row. Today, we're talking about pendulums. The event I want to focus on for today's episode is YCS San Jose. This YCS took place in November of 2015, and there were a couple of interesting things that happened at it. Firstly, it proved a new era of Kozmo dominance. Kozmo's had the most slots in the top 32 and closed out all 4 slots in the semifinals. A closeout at that level is pretty unheard of, especially when, other than Kozmo, there are a lot of other things worth playing. Performage Necros took a couple of slots in the top 32, as did Burning Abyss, but the other deck that was represented a ton was Magispector. Now, no one was really sure exactly how to build Magispector. Some individuals were playing Performage Magispector using Bunbuku as an extender, the way that people would eventually do in Pepe, which will come out later next year, but some other individuals were playing the deck pure. This list doesn't actually come from San Jose, it comes from a regional held in Brooklyn around the same time. This is Danny McDonald's Royal Magical Magispector. Now, I wanted to show off this deck because it isolates a problem that you may have already figured out by way of looking at the list proper. There are just too many individual cards that draw a card. Chicken Game has come home to roost alongside Terraforming an Upstart Goblin, effectively enabling people to play a 31-card deck. That deck count gets even lower when you recognize the Royal Magical Library, if deployed at the start of your turn, can draw like 3 to 4 cards over the course of your combo. This deck makes abundant use of the fact that, shockingly, spell cards are at an all-time premium and none of them are hit in any reasonable way whatsoever. Playing individual cards like Magical Abductor to add spell counters while they are in the pendulum zone and add additional material from your deck to your hand in order to pop off better later. This deck is also playing a card that would eventually be banned on the ban list, Magispector Unicorn Kieran. Here, it's not hard to see why Kieran wasn't immediately suspect. It's a 6-star monster in a deck whose scales kind of cap out at 5. Unfortunately, it would be more effectively deployed in combos later, but for now it's just a high end that you can spend your normal on after performing a huge pendulum summon, or high roll into if you have an Archfiend Eccentric in your pendulum zone. The game plan for this deck is exceptionally simple. Stick a Royal Magical Library, or don't. You've got plenty of other great normal summons in Magispector, Raccoon, Bunbuku, and then fire off as many draw spells as you can. Chicken Game, Terraforming, and Upstart Goblin to thin the deck as much as possible and get to your power spells like copies of Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, and Wavering Eyes. Luster Pendulum enables the Synchro summon of Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer, and the Xyz summon of Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer, enabling pretty much infinite material provided that you are managing your resources correctly. Ignister Prominence is also the format's best answer to Kozmo Dark Destroyer, a card that is newly legal, and you even get to have searchable outs in Archfiend Eccentric to problematic cards like Vanity's Emptiness, of which you are playing 5 copies because Wavering Eyes can search any pendulum. We're not going to show it off in this episode, you'll see what Alex is playing in a second, but Wavering Eyes was even more explosive in the mirror, where activating it while your opponent has scales as well allows you to not only search a pendulum, but also add an additional Wavering Eyes from your deck to your hand. So with that, let's get into the card by card. 2 Archfiend Eccentric, 3 Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, pre-Master Rule 4. It's really hard to explain just how powerful this monster is. It gets you the scale that's in your other zone and also gets one to your face-up extra, meaning that you'll have material with which to summon. Magical Abductor does so much for the deck. Obviously, it can search any pendulum monster in a deck where you have to find Luster Pendulum, but also it's a 4-star spellcaster that can be used as synchro material. That's great for Ignister Prominence, but it's also great for cards like Majesty Paladin, which unfortunately cannot be made with cards like Royal Magical Library. It's a spellcaster as well, which comes up occasionally. Cards like Performage Trapeze Magician require them, so there's a lot going on. After that, we've got the Magispectors, Nekomata, Kyubey, Bunbuku, and Kirin. Nekomata, Kyubey, and Bunbuku all have a similar effect in that they add a type of Magispector card from your deck to your hand. Bunbuku adds Magispector monsters, Kyubey adds trap cards, of which we are playing 4, 3 Tempest and a Tornado, and Nekomata adds anything but at the end of your turn. Kirin is untargetable and indestructible like the rest of the Magispectors, but it also has the ability to bounce a pendulum monster in your monster zone and a monster your opponent controls and return them to the hand at instant speed. After that, we are playing the Heart and Soul of the deck, 3 copies of Royal Magical Library, followed by 3 Chicken Game, 3 Majesty's Pegasus. This card's very powerful and makes your Magispectors beefy enough to actually do a fair amount of damage, but also enables you to tribute a Wind Spellcaster to summon a level 4 or lower Magispector monster from your deck. Notably, those will trigger the special summon effects, so you can plus pretty far off just the field. 3 Terraforming to find it and Chicken Game, 3 Upstart Goblin, 3 Wavering Eyes, 3 Tempest, which I think is probably overkill. You could probably get away with 2 or even 1, and 1 copy of Tornado. In the side, we've got 2 Elfuria, 3 Retaliating Sea, 2 MST and a Raigeki, triple Imperial Iron Wall. The other 2 decks that made up the format were Kozmo and Performage Necroz, so it's not hard to see how frequently this card would come in. 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and a Solemn Warning in the extra. We've got 2 Ignister Prominence, a bunch of 4s, Dweller, Cairn Gorgon, Castel, Emerald, Magister Paladin, 101, Utopia, Diamond Crab King, Rhapsody and Berserk, Heartland Draco, Trapeze Magician, Totem Bird, and Zenmaines as 3s because, of course, the Bunbuku is a 3. So with that, I'll head you over to Alex.
Man, after that last episode, I deserve to be in this shirt. I mean, I did a poor job showing what a deck Clown Blade could have been. And to be fair, it wasn't as good as the OCG, but I wasn't doing it any favors. I was playing that deck like absolute garbage. And so hopefully we are not going to have a repeat performance because we're playing a deck I am more familiar with to an extent because I forgot that Farm Girl can search Kozmo Town. I saw the comments where you guys were telling me this. Guess what? I still won the last time I played Kozmo, so I didn't even need to search Kozmo Town. In any case, we are back to playing Kozmo, and oh boy, do I remember this event vividly. YCS San Jose was the first YCS after the release of Dimension of Chaos, and Kozmo Dark Destroyers were trading on the floor of that event for like $200 a copy. It was insane because everyone was trying to play Kozmo. It was so hyped because Dark Destroyer, when you read this card, this seems like one of the most show this card to someone who played old Yu-Gi-Oh! And they will just go on an absolute rant about how the game is over. This card is insane. So on normal or special summon, you can target a monster on the field, destroy it, and your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And then it has the typical Kozmo clause, where if it's destroyed, you get to banish it and summon another ship. It's a higher level, so you can go into something like Forerunner, which wasn't able to be tutored before. So this card just does everything for the deck. And you can see why this was so hyped, because a 3,000 untargetable thing that pops a monster that you can easily special summon to the field, it's just insane. And so this was the first place list from that event, and let's go and do the card by card. So we're still on Honest because it's just a way for Farm Girl to connect so we can get the search. Triple Dark Destroyer, of course, as well as Triple Farm Girl, our main searcher. Triple Forerunner because this is still just a decent card all around, and it can't be targeted, so it's kind of hard to deal with. It also gets us life points, which is somewhat relevant. Then we have 1 Good Witch. We can lower down this number since we have better Cosmos now. We have Triple Slip Rider for popping back row. Double Straw Man. This is actually a new card from Dimension of Chaos as well. So since it's level 2, it can actually tag into something higher than it, like Farm Girl, which previously didn't have a way to tag into aside from, you know, just using something like E-Telly. But it also has a pretty relevant effect that once per turn, you can pay 500 life and target a banished Cosmo, special summon it, but its effects are negated, and destroy it during the end phase, which, guess what? Doesn't matter if you're picking something like a Dark Destroyer, because then you just go down the whole food chain of Cosmos. So Straw Man is fantastic for this deck. It isn't as powerful as something like Farm Girl, but it's impactful enough that you still want to play some quantity of this card. Definitely a stronger mid mid-game card, and mid-game, I say that. It's like turn 2, basically. You want this online. And then we have another new card, Kozmo Wicked Witch, another pilot, and it's level 4, so it can't go into like something like Farm Girl, but 1900 stat line's pretty good, and Wicked Witch's effect is actually fantastic. So it has the tag-in effect, but also, once per turn during either player's turn, you can pay 1,000 life points. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. What a fantastic card just to be able to stall out and get to where you need to. This was only a common. I was kind of shocked by that when this was released because this card to me just seemed ridiculous, and it still is, to be fair. So that's it for our monsters. The spells, we have triple E-Telly to get to Farm Girl, but we can also go for Straw Man if we wanted to now. We don't have to just go for Farm Girl, so extra targets is always nice. We have Gold Sark, which paired with Cosmo Town basically gets us any Cosmo card to our hand. Moon Mirror Shield. I gotta be honest, I don't know why this is in here. I guess you can ensure Farm Girl always hits because Moon Mirror will make sure you're 100 over. So that's hilarious, but you know, it is what it is. Raigeki, triple reasoning. This is funny because Cosmos are all different levels, so the likelihood you're gonna hit something correctly off of reasoning if you're the opponent is basically 0. The only thing you don't really want to hit is honest, but everything else is okay. And if you can special Dark Destroyer off reasoning, I mean, you're sitting pretty. Then we have for the traps, Bottomless Double Breakthrough, a double escape from the Dark Dimension. This is here to just keep bringing Cosmo Dark Destroyer back. People are looking for any way possible to summon this card, and so we're even as deep as playing this. Makes sense to me. Then we have double Fiendish Chain, a Skill Drain, a Warning, a Torrential, and an Emptiness. The side deck comprises of 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragons. This is paired with 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Core. This is how people were outing the Cosmo boards because Cosmo Dark Destroyer is a machine. So you could use Core to basically Fortress Dragon to get rid of Dark Destroyer. And then with Core, you could actually get another copy of it out, which is pretty sick because you could use its effect when it's in the graveyard if you have no monsters. So that's kind of cool. Then we have Dweller, Karen Gorgon, a Castell, a Pleiades, a Gaga, a Cowboy, Leviair, 101, a Big Eye, a Giant Grinder. I guess you could overlay 2 Dark Destroyers for this potentially. I don't see why you'd ever do that, but it could come up. Volcasaurus, Red Eyes Flare Metal, a Constellar Diamond, and a Ptolemaeus. Then for the side, we have the triple aforementioned Core, a Thunder King Ryo, a second Moon Mirror Shield, double MST, double Anti-Spell. Deck Devastation Virus is actually disgusting if you can resolve it. Same thing goes for Eradicator because now you have a good dark target with Dark Destroyer, double Fairy Wind for the Pendulum decks, and Stygian Dirge for any of the decks that care about their levels. So hopefully we have a good repeat performance with Cosmo like we did the first time around, and we'll just have a nice easy game from here. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, Dimension of Chaos format is here, and although we skipped over several months of Yu-Gi-Oh! I say several, it was like 2. We didn't really skip much, because it was decks that people were probably sick of seeing up until now, and we get to bring them some new decks for once.
If you want to envision Yu-Gi-Oh! During this period, the portions we skipped over, just, you know, imagine 45 Cosmo mirrors, and you've got it figured out.
And Necroz. Necroz was still around at this time, but we were just going to do you all the liberty of not butchering
We've
that
shown
deck
you
more than we
enough Necroz.
Interestingly enough, Cosmo clean swept YCS San Jose. The top 4 slots were all Cosmo, and Magispector had a pretty strong representation as well. It wasn't all in the top 4, obviously, but most of the top 16 or top 32 had like a significant amount of Magispector there. So I think this will be an interesting matchup, especially because both decks have this like inherent protection to like targeting effects, which is kind of awkward, but we'll see how it goes. How are you feeling?
It's not fantastic to hear, yeah, Cosmo clean swept this YCS against a player who is on Cosmo.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you worried about, buddy? What are you worried about? Everything's
joy.
fine. Everything's fine. Let's shout the Patreon. It is Defying the Meta. Thank you for the support. And buddy, do you have the hand up? The first game of History of Yu-Gi-Oh! In 2023. What do you got
Yes,
for
I
us?
do.
All right, I rolled a 4.
It's even.
Woo! New year, we actually win rock, paper, scissors. Who would have thought?
It's
All right.
okay. You don't get the battle phase. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you should feel pretty good. All right, we'll go first. Don't get the battle phase, but I don't honestly need... actually, maybe with this hand, I do need it. Main phase 1. Let's see what we can do. Let's go Cosmo Town.
Yes.
I'm going to fire Cosmo Town. I'm going to shuffle back a copy of Wicked Witch into the deck.
That's fine.
So we get to mulligan here, something we don't often get to say in Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess that's okay. Let's fire off an E-Telly.
No response.
I'm gonna grab ourselves the good old Farm Girl.
Yep.
We know and love. And I'm just going to banish her off for a Forerunner and set 2 cards. And that's it. I'm all in.
Okay. Stand by main. Ooh, bad draw. Chicken game.
Are we at the point where we can have multiple field spells?
Yeah. That's,
Okay. I'm making
wait,
sure.
Are we?
How long has that been in effect? effect?
It's like years, I think, but let me check.
Is it really?
July 14th, 2014. Okay.
Okay, it was only 2014. It wasn't that recent. I have no response to Chicken Game. That's
We'll
fine.
pay 1,000.
Come to think of it, this is actually the first deck I think we're seeing Chicken Game in, isn't it?
It is.
That's terrifying.
We're going to activate Terraforming.
Another Chicken Game?
Yeah, I think we have to. We'll grab another Chicken Game.
Okay, go ahead and fire it.
Wow. I'll take 1,000.
There we go.
Okay, that's better. We're going to scale Magical Abductor.
This card is scary. Yeah,
It
that's
is.
fine.
We're going to scale Luster Pendulum the Draco Slayer.
Okay. So Luster can pop the scale and get you another one. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to attempt to do that. Whoa, not him.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get the same card you popped, not another copy of Luster.
That would be nice. I'm going to set Abductor.
I'm just going to simplify this process right now.
Oh, that's just so enjoyable. Oh, I'm just so happy to see
Aren't
that.
you happy this card is still legal?
Wow, it really is. Okay, I will activate Wavering Eyes.
Oh, sure. That's fine. So you get a search. I take 500.
We'll grab Bunbuku here. We're gonna normal Bunbuku. Oh man, I don't even know if we get Bunbuku now that I am looking at the cards you have. I'm gonna normal summon Bunbuku.
No response.
We'll activate the effect. We're gonna grab a Bunbuku.
Can't search Bumbuku with Bumbuku.
Why not?
Oh, you can. Wow.
Yeah, they don't print cards like they used to, baby. All right, enjoy your vanities.
I'll draw. Standby main. So the problem is that you have Chicken Game, so I actually can't do any damage to you as it currently stands.
What's the problem?
I'm going to use my... Actually, in standby phase, I gain 1,000, which is actually kind of hindering me from killing you right now. It will pay for the Chicken Game, I guess, so I'll start by doing that.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Okay. Take a draw. Then let's fire the Kozmo Town. Let's get this farm girl back to hand.
Yep.
I will take 300, 100 per level. Oh, wait, I can actually pay to destroy Chicken Game, can't I? I forgot
can
that
if
that's
you
how this
like.
card works.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. I put the card back that I drew off the Chicken Game on top. Would you like me to shuffle?
No, that's fine.
I just need to clear fucking Bumbuku, which I can pretty easily do. Problem is Farm Girl isn't like well equipped in this exact board to deal with that. So I'm just going to go to battle and swing with the Forerunner.
Yeah. I'll take what? 15 here? No.
16. I could have gotten a search with Farm Girl, but the problem is it's like she's kind of vulnerable, and I think just having vanities up is just better, honestly. Second main, I'm going to fire the Kozmo Town. I'm going to shuffle the Farm Girl back, actually. And we'll just chuck it back.
All right, stand by main. Terraforming. I guess we're getting Chicken Game.
Okay.
You know, I've got other targets in here. I just prefer... we'll go Chicken Game.
That's fine.
We'll pay 1,000.
Yep.
I am so good at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Are you?
I will scale Archfiend Eccentric.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
That's pretty
Eccentric,
good.
target this back row.
Sure. It's E-Telly, so I can't chain it because Vanities is up.
Yes!
You can play the game!
Oh my god, I didn't think we'd get this far. Okay, normal Bunbuku, I'll activate the effect. We will grab a Bunbuku, I believe. Let me just make one. Do we even normal the Bunbuku based on what our turn is going to look like? Yes, we do, because... not exactly where I want to be, but we will scale Bunbuku, scale Kieran, and then Pendulum Zone.
Sure. Had the Kieran, too. That's pretty good. It means you get everything.
Well, I would prefer to be summoning the Kieran, but
Sure,
I'll take
sure.
it. 1, 2... I think I
Where are your
actually-
Link monsters, sir? Where are your Link monsters, sir?
Where are my Link monsters? What the hell is a Link monster? Who needs them? That's what I'm saying.
God. How is this ever okay?
Okay,
I
so
will never
we are going to
understand.
synchro the Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, and the Magical Abductor for Ignister.
Guess what? Ignister doesn't target.
Does not. Also is legal. I'm going
It's
to
true.
use his effect to summon a Draco Slayer in defense here. We're going to grab Luster Pendulum.
Yep.
We'll go Ignister Prominence here. I guess we'll destroy... I think I'm actually pretty loaded up on high scales. So we're going to destroy the Kieran, and we'll shuffle your guy.
Added the
You're
Forerunner.
72. Someone's in defense, right?
Yes, still summon defense.
Okay, is there a way I can do this? We are going to go Castel here.
I think that makes sense. Just deal with the Kozmo Town. Limit my options.
Combat.
Sure.
12 to 28. You can even do chicken game if you want. That's rough. Second main, we will spin the Kozmo Town. All right. I believe that is the end of the turn. So back to you.
Still have to deal with your 2 back row, which is probably why you conspicuously left up 2 Bambukus.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
What if I just didn't want to make Totem Bird?
The problem is I just don't remember what they do. I know. Oh, if you're going to tell me, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just tell you. The Magispector cards you need to worry about are Magispector Tempest is the big one, which is...
That's the one with Yada on it.
Yeah, that's the one with Yada on it. That one is when a monster would be special summoned or a monster effect is activated. Tribute a wind spellcaster, negate the activation, destroy the card. That's a counter trap. Magispector Tornado is tribute a wind spellcaster, target a monster your opponent controls, destroy it. And there's also a spell that you should be wary of, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not playing that spell, so.
Yeah, I knew there was like a combination of like, I know there's 2 traps and there was like one.
There's
I think
spell
they get a
that
spell
people
later
sometimes
too.
play. It's like Cyclone, I think, which I think is spell trap removal, but I don't know about that one.
Well, in any case, it's probably not looking too good for me, I'll be honest. Let's go for E-Telly.
2 in hand? Yeah, that's fine.
I did not think we would get this far. I think Farm Girl's the pick. We do have Mr. Strawman now, but I don't think he does anything right now, so we'll just get Farm Girl.
Yes.
Let's try... I think Chicken Game's actually keeping me alive here, so I'll pay for the Chicken Game. I'm down. Okay... Let's go ahead and Raigeki.
Oh! Oh my god, you're fucking with me. You said, okay. Okay, Tornado targeting your Farm Girl.
Tribute for cost, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
I will chain the Farm Girl.
And I'll Tempest here.
So that gets rid of your Bambuku.
Wait, hold up. I'm not doing any of that shit. I just read my own cards. Yeah, Raigeki's fine.
Okay, battle.
Yes. I'll take 3 here.
And then trigger.
Tempest.
Sure. So that'll negate and it destroys?
Yep.
Yes. Actually, wait, hold on. Tempest only stops the... Or is it an effect? Oh, monster effect is activated. Okay, you said summon too. Okay, so this gets destroyed. That's fine. All right, very simplified game state here then. Second main, I guess I'll set one and pray. Go ahead.
Stand by main.
Yes.
I will pendulum summon a million monsters.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Is this cool with you?
I'm fine.
Overlay Bunbuku and Archfiend Eccentric. I can't do that. Overlay Bunbuku and Bunbuku for Totem Bird.
Sure.
Get this guy back. Chicken game.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, just forget that you can destroy your own chicken game.
The old angle, we've all been there.
Wow, I couldn't win off the back of Vanity's Emptiness. Who would have thought? We really tried to outskill you in that one. Buddy.
I will let you know. I was digging for that eccentric because outside of it, I do not have an out to Vanities.
Woo!
Main
Excellent.
board, main board. I got some now. Right. Don't worry.
Main one.
Yeah.
Main one. Speaking of main board, let's see. I like this. Let's just start by firing Reasoning.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot this deck plays this. Okay,
Yep.
so what do I care about?
Good luck in this deck. That's all I'm going to say.
Is Tin Can out by now?
Tin Can is not out
Thank
yet.
the Lord. Okay, so 1's off the table. Don't care about Strawman. Don't care about Sword Troopers if it's out. Don't care about Farm Girl turn 1. Don't care about Wicked Witch. Honestly, there's only one card I care about, and it's Dark Destroyer. So we will call 8, I believe it's its level.
It is its level. Is that the final answer?
Final answer.
Okay.
Okay, enjoy
All right,
your
well, there we
Wicked
go.
Witch.
That's fine. She's pretty good.
She's
for what it's
nice.
worth.
She's nice.
Yeah, she's actually cracked, let's be honest. We're going to Gold Sark.
See you in 2 turns. Oh, maybe see you now if you've got the Kozmo Town.
I was about to say, we're going to banish the card we have yet to see, which is Dark Destroyer, and you called it, Kozmo Town, baby. We're going to add the Dark Destroyer to hand and pay 800 life points, which is fine by me. I will set a singular card, and I am good to go.
All right, stand by me.
Also, why did I put this in defense? That's fucking
You
stupid.
can
You
do what
guys
you
are all
wanna do.
tiny.
I am going to normal summon a monster that's just going to make you nut, buddy.
I don't like to hear that.
I normal Royal Magical Library.
Why
It is
are you on this?
Unbelievable in this deck.
I bet, because you're playing like all pendulums and spells. Okay, sure.
I don't know how long it's going to last. All right, let's scale Magical Abductor.
Okay, that's a counter.
Let's scale Archfiend Eccentric.
Okay, so that puts a counter on RML and a counter on Abductor.
Anything here?
I'm gonna space your Abductor.
That sucks. All right, we will chain Wavering Eyes.
Okay, I had a feeling Wavering Eyes could also be in the picture as well. Sure, no response to that. Your RML also goes to 3.
I'll go to 3, yeah. Thinking what I'm grabbing here.
I also take 500, so I'll just do that now.
Ugh, this is actually a really hard call. Anything here?
So RML goes to 3. I mean, you know I have Dark Destroyer, so I can talk out loud. So I could possibly tag Wicked Witch out for a Destroyer, pop the RML before you get the chance to draw the card. I know you have a Luster, so the only thing I'm worried about now is if you potentially get the means to just get to Pendulum Summoning again, because, like, that's kind of scary. I think I probably have to let RML go, as much as it pains me.
Woo! I'll draw a card. RML. RML. Okay, Upstart Goblin.
I'll take 1,000, you get a counter.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. It's a hard one. Abductor. Luster Pendulum. Will you let me draw again? Will you let me draw again?
So awkward. It's
I
so
know, it's very weird.
You have one other 4. This Abductor has a counter too, by the way.
Yes. If you let me, she's not going to stick around for much longer.
True. So you go Luster, pop Abductor, get Abductor. You can draw another card, play a 3rd Abductor potentially. I get you 1 on the library. You got 2 things you could summon from the extra, and then possibly more from the hand. I think I just let it go.
I am going to draw again.
Go for it.
Let's go Luster Pendulum, target Abductor. All right, let's go Eccentric here.
Another Eccentric.
Thoughts?
So that puts you at, what, a 5 and a 7? Sure.
We'll go Eccentric here. Targeting
On my
Luster
Kozmo
Pendulum.
Town? Oh, pop
Yeah,
that.
pop your Kozmo Town. Yeah, of course. Oh, my God. Okay. Abductor, Bunbuku.
Put you back up to 3. So now you've got a 3 and a 5. You can pen summon 3 4s. Abductor has a counter too. You get to draw another card. I'm just letting you fucking draw your whole deck.
This
with
Royal
RML.
Magical Library
That's
has
great.
put in a little bit of work today.
Just a little bit. I'm kind of regretting not popping it, but at the same time, I'm not really regretting
It's like
it.
nothing's happened yet.
I think I have to. I think I just have to let you have it. I have to wait.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh my God. Terraforming?
Jesus Christ. Yep. Is terraforming still at 3 too?
It is at 3.
Oh my God. So you just get a free draw. Off of
Okay,
this.
so-
And chicken game.
Here's the question. Oh, it's really not a question. Yeah, we'll grab Chicken Game. Big surprise. Chicken Game. Whoop. Magical Abductor.
Oh geez, this thing's at 3 now.
We'll grab Luster Pendulum.
Jesus Christ.
Chicken Game. It's not even good. It's not even good. I'm like looking at my hand and I'm like, that's not the play. It's bad. Oh, but it's just so fucking funny. It's legitimately bad. I'm talking myself into a bad play. But okay, no, we'll just Pendulum Summon.
Bring them all out.
2, 3, 4. Anything here?
Sure. Sadly, no.
All right, we're gonna go Abductor and Luster Pendulum for Ignister Prominence. We're gonna activate it. We'll activate it to summon the Draco Slayer. Then we'll activate it targeting our Draco Slayer we just summoned. I'm going to target the Bunbuku.
The Bumbuku?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have to let it go. Probably should have just taken a risk earlier when you were on low cards and hope I could cut you off. Yep.
I'm currently being constrained by the fact that while Ignister Prominence is not a once per turn, unfortunately, the synchros just don't line up. I have too many tuners, if that makes sense. Yeah, both Ignister and Magister Paladin require pendulums as the other material. And this Royal Magical Library is just like in a zone. We are going to overlay Royal Magical Library and Magical Abductor, I suppose, for a Castel. I'm going to Castel, shuffle the chicken game. We're going to overlay the 2 Luster Pendulums for Magister Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to activate Magister Paladin to add during the end, and then we're going to detach a material in order to summon Luster Pendulum, maybe. And then we will go to combat.
And that is lethal, I believe.
It is,
yes. Yep. I was waiting. I don't want to tell you the line. I'm just like, he can Castel the chicken
Too
game
much
back,
thinking!
but...
Too much thinking!
God damn it. So
Royal Magical Library!
It was insane. Like, my whole theory was, okay, the problem is that because Ignister checks Dark Destroyer so well,
yeah.
I was trying to wait to cut you off that, like, if you just had the 1 Luster, I was going to Dark Destroyer, just pop Luster, and then you basically had to have, like, almost no recourse at that point, because then, like, you can't get to Ignister. But maybe I just held it for too long, and I should have tried cutting you off early, just so you couldn't even get to that point. I think it just got way too out of hand with the RML.
I will say, based on the opening hand, if you had popped the RML on summon, you would have won. You can't know that. If I have a Luster in my hand, you just get so unbelievably punished. But
right.
I think your play makes sense. Up until I have the weight of the 2nd Luster, I was like, well, if we can't get 2 Lusters out, we are so fucking boned.
Exactly. Exactly. And so obviously it's a lot worse because you knew I had the Dark Destroyer. If you didn't know that, then obviously it's harder for you to play around it. But
right. You want to run the game 3?
This didn't even look like a game. Yeah, let's do the game 3. This is like Joseph the Pendulum experience. That's what this is.
I love. You know what? It sucks because I know Pendulum is so toxic to so many people, but I actually do like it. I do kind of like it. Okay.
And this is why I hate this deck.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're fine. My hand is not. It's not.
Mine's not either. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, we're gonna normal summon Royal Magical Library.
Oh, my hand's not ideal. Royal Magical Library. Yeah, that's fine.
Chicken game.
Oh, my hand.
The whole deck is this. All right, the whole deck. If we draw terraforming,
go
I will
ahead.
rescind
Yeah. Do your bullshit.
Luster Pendulum.
That's 2.
Kieran.
That's 3. You got a 2 and a 5. You're obviously gonna probably you may not necessarily luster the Kieran. It's free though. I don't see why you wouldn't. I'm gonna Fiendish Chain the fucking armor.
No! All right. Well, I mean that's the end of my goddamn turn. All right, that's fine. I believe it actually loses the counters too, right?
Yeah, it does because the effect's negated.
Boy, that's epic. All right, we'll go Luster Pendulum here. Cycle the Kieran. I still think I want to set the Kieran. You just don't have a way to 6. Penned. Ready?
Yeah.
RML Nekomata.
Oh my god. Okay.
We'll go Nekomata here.
Sure. Add in the end phase, right?
Yeah. Set 1. Battle. Boom! It can't even attack.
You can't even do that.
We'll go to end phase. We'll add a Bunbuku. You are good to go.
Okay. I'm going to need a sip draw here. Kozmo tap?
Oh, that's a decent one. Yeah, that's not bad. Yep.
Activate?
That's okay, yeah. Oh, wait. Hold up. Don't. I get a token here.
You do. Yes, you do. Okay. Is Kozmo Town fine? The hand was Forerunner, Slip Rider. Woo!
That's Kozmo, baby. That's the Kozmo experience.
That is Kozmo. I'm glad Dark Destroyer is really showing itself in this episode. Yeah. All right. We'll draw 2. This is truly the Kozmo experience. Normal, honest.
No response.
I will kill Royal Magical Library.
You are welcome to do so. I will take 11.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm taking nothing.
It cuts you off a 4, so I figure it's worth doing.
Might be pretty good.
I will attempt to honest back to my hand.
You can do that.
And this may surprise you. That is the end of my turn.
This is the problem is that we're both just playing decks that are too good. Shit. Can I Luster Pendulum if I don't have another Kieran? I don't think I can I?
No, because you have to. Yeah, I believe you have to add another.
All right, we'll just draw the fucking Wavering Eyes off the chicken game here.
Oh, I forgot chicken game was up. I could have fucking drew it.
Oh, do you want to go?
I lost anyway. I don't think it's going to matter, but sure.
Yeah.
It literally did not matter.
That's unbelievable. Okay. Well, it
could have mattered because I could have drawn before the Kozmo Tower. Whatever. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? Sure.
Do I play around like Solemn Strike? Yeah, we'll go Abductor Cube.
Strike's not even out yet, but fine.
Cube.
Sure.
Oh, you know we're getting a tornado, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think we might just be going to combat. We're going to normal summon Bunbuku, and we'll activate the effect. We will grab... Cube. Combat 15, 17.
I'm chicken gamed.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Are we even making a 4? What 4 could we make? Yeah, this is probably our out. I'll overlay these two for Magister Paladin.
Sure.
Magister Paladin effect. End phase.
Go ahead and search.
Any pendulum. This is where we get the third Kieran. Let's freaking grab Bunbuku, Lois.
Draw.
Yes.
Stand by main.
Okay.
All right, I know you got a tornado in the back row. Probably have Tempest as well. All right, let's not forget chicken game this time.
All right, okay, yeah.
That's something, at least. Is it enough to get us back in this? Probably not. I'm going to send back Slip Rider and Straw Man.
Yep. I don't like seeing that because those are cards you could have summoned. Sometimes they throw away like a whole bunch of Forerunners and you go, oh, I see. When they're putting back playables, it's like, wait a minute.
Let's go normal summon Good Witch.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
Attack Bumbuka.
Tornado. I will banish your Good Witch.
Use tribute for cost first.
Okay, he goes.
I will chain the Good Witch.
Tempest.
Shocker. Who would have thought that this would have happened?
I know.
All right.
It's
So
ridiculous.
Nekomata goes.
Yeah.
This gets destroyed. It does not get banished. Okay. Slowly but surely making our way. So got what? A bunch of fucking dudes.
Correct.
You added Bumbuku. You have Bumbuku QB in hand?
Yeah, that's the hand.
I think it's probably just as good a time as any. We'll E-Telly in battle phase.
So this is like the flagship play of the deck. A little less good when I've got a bunch of assholes in defense.
Yeah, because I can't do the Farm Girl play, unfortunately. I don't have a Fairy Meteor Crush in my deck. Who would have guessed? Thinking if I want it to be the Farm Girl or the Straw Man, because to no one's surprise, I'm going to be tagging them out. Let's just do Farm Girl.
Sure.
Fine. We'll tag her out, and we'll bring out the boy. We actually get to see him do something.
Ooh, let's go. What's goody?
I think we just clean up the board, honestly. Like, okay, you could Pendulum Summon, which is annoying, but I don't think there's any conceivable way I stop you doing that regardless. So I think I just set up now before you have the ability to get all your traps and everything reestablished. So I'm going to pop your Paladin. Why not?
Sure.
I have some vengeance I want to take out on
No!
the library here.
You did your best. Second copy of Royal Magical Library.
All right, second main, we're going to declare Kozmo Town. Let's get the farm go back. I'll pay 3.
Oh, what a meaningful cost.
And that's probably all I've got. Over to you.
Wow, that's a weird
I'm just going to
draw.
flip this now.
Ah! Okay. Oh my god, and my zone is clogged for Eccentric. Okay, well, there is a draw that still gets me out of it, and it's Wavering Eyes. I've got 3 of them in my 25-card deck. Oh. 3 Wavering Eyes, 25 cards. What's the... I'm calculating the odds right now. Okay, so actually this website says it is a 100% chance. So
Okay,
I
that
will
is a
go
lie.
chicken game here. I mean, that's a great draw, but it does not contest vanities. What can I do here? I can go Bunbuku, or I can go Cube grab Tempest. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool, right? Oh, God, wow, that's really rough. Okay, we're going to normal Cube and grab Tempest. Set 1 pass. It could be anything.
could be anything. Could be anything. All right, we'll draw.
Yeah.
Main 1. I will just go Farm Girl.
Yes.
Battle.
Yes.
15.
Yes.
And 15. Oh, you're under chicken game. Uh-oh.
I am, yeah.
Never mind. I don't damage you. I should have chicken gamed first. I keep forgetting this fucking card exists. Second main, I'll do it now, I suppose, now that I remember it exists. And it wouldn't have changed anything except for the fact I could have gotten in for an extra 15. Cool. I'm good. Go ahead.
Chicken game.
Sure.
Okay, where's the fucking Wavering Eyes? Upstart.
Okay.
Royal Magical Library would go so hard right now. Chicken game.
Okay.
Upstart.
Okay. There's a chance.
Come on. 100%. Upstart. Come on. 100%. Sure something. Here.
If you draw the other chicken game.
I drew Wavering Eyes!
We got there! Fuck.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm popping these 2.
I take 5.
Oh my god. I am getting Archfiend Eccentric.
Really? You
All right.
sure?
Activate Cosmojo and I will concede. Wait,
Cosmojo's not out yet.
it also doesn't resolve the problem. Archfiend Eccentric,
Exactly.
target the back row.
It is Escape from the Dark.
Yes! Okay. So here's the problem. That was really cool and epic and based and red-pilled. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can beat Honest. I know you have Honest.
You do know I have Honest.
I think I can. We are
Fortunately for you, you're under chicken game, so.
Yeah, we're going to scale these two bad boys.
Okay, Bambuku QB, I gotta think. Hold
you got
on.
like a maxi here?
I don't know anything else you had. These are the only two I knew about, right?
They're the only two you knew about.
Okay, yeah, so the other ones are just draws for turns / off of all the upstarts and chicken games. This is a 2 and a 5. You can bring out literally your entire fucking extra deck, which is nauseating. I think I have to declare this now. I know you have Tempest, so I feel like I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I'll pop the Destroyer.
Yes.
So then activate Destroyer. We'll banish him.
Yep.
Go for Slip.
Yep.
Slip effect. I'm just going to fucking flip a coin. QB heads, Bambuku tails. All right, Bambuku.
Okay. Bada bing, I have another Bambuku.
Didn't matter.
All right, PS.
That's fine.
10 million.
Yes.
We'll go Luster,
fucking Luster in hand.
Cube. I think the other two just don't matter. We can't get Kieran, which sucks, so we'll just get some 3s. Bambuku, Nekomata. We'll trigger Bambuku. And then I guess Nekomata. We do have a target for that. So we'll go Luster Pendulum, Cube, maybe. We'll grab Ignister number 1. We will go Ignister to summon. We'll spin the Dark Destroyer.
We have to pop something first.
Yeah, I'm going to pop the Cube. Yeah, we'll pop the Cube.
All right.
Let's go to combat. We'll go Ignister Prominence in here.
550?
Yeah.
I'll try for it, I guess.
Wheel Tempest.
Makes sense.
That's cute. Getting the Tempest out now rather than for the Honest, because that's your lethal condition. We'll go 12, 18.
1850. So
Yeah.
50 there.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can keep you off Pop Chicken Game and add back Dark Destroyer, which is unfortunate. We are gonna overlay... We're gonna normal Neko, and we'll overlay for... Jeez, Zen mains? That sounds terrible. Overlay for Totem
What
Bird
year
here.
is this? Yeah, Totem Bird seems good.
It's all right. We'll go to End Phase and Resolve Neko, and we'll grab... We've got a target, right? Yep, we've got a Tempest. Yeah, back to you. Yeah, I gotta say, if you have, like, any ship at all, I think you might have it. Yeah, Sark's fine.
I will get rid of... Farm Girl? No, I already have Farm Girl banished. I'm surprised you're not Totem Birding this, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, you already have the 2 craziest cards in the universe and banished.
Let's get rid of... this game's not going to fucking last 2 turns. Just go Forerunner, whatever.
Yep.
Cosmo Town.
Yep.
Let's get the Farm Girl, I guess.
Yep. Oh, am I just dead to...
You're literally dead to Farm Girl Honest.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Because you're at 1,500.
Yeah,
I'll pay 1,000 to crack your chicken game, and yeah, that's it.
That will do it. That's unfortunate.
Wow. This was an experience. This was an experience.
that last one, I think there was probably a line to make double Ignister, which was my win condition there, but I couldn't find it. It would require another 4 in rotation, and the only 4s in the deck are actually the Royal Magical Libraries, the Cubes, and the Magical Abductors. So not actually very searchable relative to everything else, or very like...
Yeah, and like I wasn't doing myself any favors for getting that like chicken game. Is like, I don't know. I think the fact that like we had multiple field spells, I just kept seeing Cosmo Town in the background, and I'm just like, oh yeah,
Cosmo Town.
There was no chicken game.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, this was
just,
this was a slobber knocker for sure.
It was the first 2 games, especially just because it's like my hands were just not prepared to deal with what you had, and then the 3rd game was actually pretty sick in terms of like we actually got to see interaction.
Yeah.
Right. We got to see why both of these decks were so good and why they actually had game against each other.
Yeah.
I think one of the things is that people see a card like Dark Destroyer, and I think we did a pretty poor job of showing like how powerful this card actually is. The fact that this card can't be targeted, and if it's destroyed, it just floats into something else, and it's 3,000, and it's a thing that when you special, it can pop something else immediately, prevented so many other decks from the time of being able to compete because it was so recurrable. I mean, you saw this deck is on fucking Escape from the Dark Dimension of all things. This is the first place list from YCS San Jose. People were doing anything they could to summon this card as many times as possible, because anytime you're summoning this, it's like a +2 at minimum, and it's just only going to be that much better from there, because the longer this sticks around, the harder it is for your opponent to be able to deal with it, because it's just constantly putting so much pressure out. Your deck has plenty of ways to deal with it, because Magic Magispectors inherently have protection from targeting and destruction. Not to mention, because you're playing a Pendulum deck, you have the ability to go into Ignister, which Ignister is a natural and probably the cleanest out in the format to Dark Destroyer.
Yeah.
And so as a result of that, we actually got to see, especially in the third game, like some decent back and forth between these two decks and why they were like the two most hyped decks going into YCS San Jose post Dimension of Chaos.
It's not surprising that like Kozmo specifically is like as meta warping as it is. When it was released, even with first wave support, the fact that Forerunner can't be targeted meant that the only other deck that was even remotely competitive against it was Nekroz, which of course has Trishula. But now that you have an untargetable guy that actually does something, yeah, that kind of falls off. For a lot of duelists, Ignister Prominence was like, oh, thank God, this is the answer to Dark Destroyer. You know, it's the card that spins, it extends you, etc. It's got 2 soft once per turns on it, so you can play multiple copies. In game 2, I was actually like, damn, we should even play a 3rd copy here. It's not surprising that the 2 most represented decks at this event were Kozmo and then like some kind of Pendulum nonsense. I'm glad we got to show off, yeah, and Necros was around too. I'm glad we got to show off Magispector specifically because we were talking about it before we started recording, but a significant amount of Pendulum builds at this time were very confused. It's not really clear what people wanted their Pendulum deck to do. There's a ton of good cards that are Pendulums and play nicely together. Pendulum Magicians are just around the corner. You've, of course, got Magispectors, Perform Mages. There's even some Performapals that warrant a consideration. And each of those different archetypes has, like, a benefit to playing them, be it Pend Call or, like, Plush Fire or something like that. And they all work with Wavering Eyes, so, like, you can put as many as you want in a deck. What I like about this Magispector list is I mean, it almost feels like a modern deck. It's like 3-3-3-3-3-3-3-3. And it's just all gas the entire time. This deck not only shows off like the power of the Magispector cards, which we will see a lot more of in Perform Age Magispector, which is around pretty much for the next year and a half, but also in Royal Magical Library. This card was not standard, but kind of exemplifies one of the problems with this format, which is Terraforming is at 3. Upstart Goblin is at 3. Chicken Game is at 3. Wavering Eyes is at 3. Magispector has its own field spell, which lets you go into another Magispector. Didn't make an appearance here because it isn't competitive with Chicken Game. But it's not surprising that cards like Royal Magical Library and Magical Abductor were seeing play because Konami just accidentally left 12 draw spells legal. And I mean, you saw in that last game, obviously Vanities is legal and it's a house and it's crazy and it beats everything. But you can really easily set up a chain where you draw like 14 cards in one turn. And when you can see that much of your deck, it's no surprise you're able to find the answers to what your opponent is doing.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Madolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark, Par 2, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Phoenix the Immortal, Dixon Yamada, Draconic, Jordan Coods, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Dylan Hunter, Little Fade Leaf, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, Indian Show, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Luabon, Yodabon, Eater of Crayons, Helios515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Simping for Simo, Cheeks McLapperty, Dalton, Stolfin Amethyst, Nim Noodle, Mallow of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, MBT canceled by all community soon, canceled by all committee soon, canceled by all players soon, Yus, Unis the Bus, Shrugzix, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, and True Dragon Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.